Hello guys, Ryan here, and today I'll be showing off, part 2 of my Bachmann / Hornby collection. So here is the coaches and Brakevans. I kind of wanted to give the Brakevans, I have like 8 Brakevans. Well, I didn't want to give them their own video, so I decided just to put them with the coaches. So yeah, the coaches are in 4 sections. The sections actually are branch line coaches, express coaches, customs, Brakevans. Also, I have these 2 street cars. Well, they carry passengers, so I decided just to include them. These were actually my uncle's, but he passed away, and actually, when I was at his place when I was in Florida, I just saw these 2 there, and I decided just to, probably pick them up. Plus, these 2 streetcars are responsible for, me getting back into HO. So, yeah. Now, let's get on to the video, shall we? Now, here we have is Bachmann, Annie, and Clarabelle, Bachmann, Henrietta, Hornby, Annie, and Clarabelle. Well, I sort of use these as the orange coaches. 3 Caledonian 4-wheel coaches. Well, they were, I did actually have a 4th one, but sadly, its roof, but I actually turned it into the, works unit coach, because I kind of wanted a rake of 3. And sadly, its roof broke. Well, it just split through the middle. So, and it was pretty unrepairable, so I just took the body of it and just painted it, rust. And the chassis I saved, well, in case it would be needed one day, so, yeah. Next are 2 red coaches, composite and brake. The brake coach's roof is a bit broken here, but I'll probably buy a new one for it. It's probably buy another one to, replace this one. Well, probably to replace the roof, and I'll probably turn the other brake coach from it into one of the, into Toby's museum coach. So yeah, and I hope to get like 3 more red composite coaches so I can have like a rake of 5 of these, since they look so nice. So next are the express coaches. First is Old Slow Coach. Yep, Old Slow Coach is a pretty nice model, and Old Slow Coach is actually one of my favorites. So, yeah, and by the way, this is the older version of Old Slow Coach, the one that came in, like, the older, type of packaging. So, yep, I got off eBay, a while back before she was reintroduced. So, yeah, I might probably get the newer version of Old Slow Coach, but, well, probably not since I already own one. Next is a, 1 red express coach, 3 green composite coaches, and 1 green brake coach. Now, I did actually have, a while back, I got one of the express coaches, the one you see here. It was like $20, and I decided just to, pick it up, and because I kind of wanted the express coaches. Then later on eBay, I got these 4 here, but sadly their buffers are in, not so good shape. As you could probably just see here. Sorry about that. So I'll probably not replace the buffer since you just rarely see them in like from other angles. So yeah. Next is a red LMS brake coach. Saw this at a train show and I felt like since there are like a few others there, I felt like just bringing one home since, well, I was going to turn down the Hornby item. So I'll probably just use this as a random coach. Next is my old Bachmann Express coaches. The red composite coach, which is in perfect condition, has all the buffers in these parts here, which I just glued on. I might actually sell this to a friend. Well, I mean, because, well, to be nice. And these coaches here, they're in sort of bad condition. Their buffers are missing. Well, yeah, the buffers are missing from them. Well, some of them have their buffers. Yep, I'll probably fix the green composite coach and probably use these as like, for like spare parts. Or probably make one of the two brake coaches into the haunted coach. Well, a coach for a Halloween layout. So, yep, next are some customs. First is a brown GWR coach. I made this because, well, actually, this was one of Emily's coaches. The brake coach of it, well, actually, I accidentally broke the roof. Well, I was just playing around, just fiddling around with it and accidentally broke the roof. So the Emily coach, I just made it to a little scrap coach. And the other one, I didn't know what to do with it since I just, like, it was just laying around. And I was going to get the Emily set to replace Emily and the brake coach. And I didn't want to have, like, an extra composite coach since Emily in my series only has 2 coaches. So, yeah, but I decided just to paint this as a little GWR brown coach. Next are 2 old coaches now. Made these from my very first set of Bachmann and Clarbo. Yep, their noses were sanded down a long time ago, and I felt like since I just didn't have a use for them, and plus they were just a little messed up, so I decided just to paint them into the old coaches from the first season. I don't really know what happened to them, but I hope they return. Next are some customs I kind of regret making, which are just the express coaches. So, yep, this one coach here, actually had, like, some cardstock to try and make it look like a brake coach. And these coaches, since I have no use for them, I'll probably turn them into the stunt coaches. Well, coaches from, like, when there's, like, a crash scene, or probably just coaches when they're just in a crash scene, because I don't want to destroy these. So, yeah, they'll probably become stunt coaches in the future. So, yeah. Next is a red coach. Well, this was the Hogwarts brake coach. Well, I just got from train show. I accidentally got the wrong one, which was the brake coach. Well, I didn't realize it, but well, since I actually own it, well, I'll probably print out a logo of the. Have it so like probably a museum coach. Well, I just have to print a logo out for it. Well, to use as like a little testing coach, a little thing coach for like demonstration tracks. Yep. Next are the Brakevans. First is Hornby Toad. I will get the Bachmann Toad in the future, probably for my birthday. And So, yeah. Toad's a really nice model. I'll probably just keep Toad the way he is. Next is another Toad brake fan, which is just a normal one with a little lamp added. Yep, I kind of wanted to well, it came in a lot, and I do like the Toad brake fan, so I like just using it. And I actually might turn this into have this as, well, I will probably do is take the face off the Hornby Toad and place it on here as, like, Toad in his old look. Well, Toad in his old, style before he came to Sodor. So, yep. Next is a Hornby, a Hornby, brake fan. One I got a while back with the, red milk tanker and a tar wagon, but it was missing, well, one of these pieces here. So I decided just to, well, just take it all apart and save the chassis for another custom. Well, I actually used the chassis for, probably, I think the chassis from it, I just either made it into a scrap chassis or, used for my troublesome powered boxcar. Well, my troublesome powered boxcar is coming soon. I just have to find the body for it. So, yep, let me just put the roof to it back on. I'll probably just put the roof back on. Yep. Next is an Lima brake fan. This version of this brake fan, well, it's probably better than the, Hornby version. Well, because it's a bit thinner. And it has the same paint job as it, as you could probably tell. So, yeah, I really like this brake fan. Well, this version here. I might get another one in the future along with another Hornby brake fan because, they look realistic. Next is an any brake fan. But if you remember from the unboxing video, it had a shorter chassis. Well, here's the chassis. But sadly, it just loved to... well, it kind of... when it was on its chassis, it sort of was, like, at an angle. As you can probably see there, there's a bit of, like, a seam. So, it was just too noticeable. Let me just get this off. Yeah, but it's sort of tilted upward, tilted up a little, so... what I did to, well, fix it was I gave it a whole new chassis. Yeah, I gave it the chassis from one of my old Bachmann brake fans. Well, right here. Well, the stack broke off of it, and I was just gonna make it, probably just make it to a random brake fan. Well, I have it paint up as a random brake fan, but, well, I decided to take the chassis from it and just use it to repair, well, fix up the any brake fan, which looks a lot better with a longer chassis. But I don't know what to do with these two parts here. I'll probably do with the, body from the brake fan is making it into a, I'll probably make it into the, I'm trying to think of, well, I'll probably just make it to a little, workman's hut. Oh, and the chassis might be used for my custom laughing van from Close Shave. So, yeah. Well, I'll just move these items off to the side and put the brake fan back here. Next are, 3 Bachmann brake fans, but as you could tell, each shade of them is a little bit different. Each one is a bit of a different shade of tan, which is kind of odd. But I might paint the roofs on these black, mainly to make them look like actual brake fans. They're just all one painted thing. So, and I actually, did have two other brake fans. Well, one here was just at its chassis donated, and one I accidentally stepped on. Well, crushed its body by accident, but I did save the chassis from it. Well, the chassis was the only thing salvageable, but I actually, over time, the chassis was just taking up space, so I turned it into a little scrap chassis. And as for, like, the broken body, just, like, broke it up and the pieces, and just, like, used in my scrap drawer. Well, my bin of, like, broken pieces of plastic. So, yep, this body probably will, Brakevan body could probably come a workman's hut. Future, so, yep. Also, the two streetcars, one is a Parallel and Manson Streets car, number 4, San Francisco, Jew, Powell Railway streetcar, and a Desire Street streetcar. So I'll probably use these guys in the museum. Well, just as stack display pieces. So yep. So this was part 2 of my HO/00 collection. So this is Swagagent signing off.